Good evening. Leading tonight's news bulletin, proposed road rule changes on the island may be delayed until next year. In July, Niue Police presented a paper to Cabinet recommending that Niue follow suit of two road rule changes made in March in New Zealand. And initially, the implementation date was for the 1st of October. Now, over 1 month on, work to enhance some of the intersections and trouble spots within town have not yet started. The Director of Public Works, Dave Talangi, said that the department has been tied up with a number of projects with the completion of the road in between Liku and Hakupu, as well as other work, and it is likely they will be able to get on to this project in the new year. The Niue Police Public Awareness Campaign is also yet to be rolled out and will need at least a few months to get people used to these slight changes before enforcing the two new rules. It is also very important that people are familiar with the changes before the Niue Police implement the law changes to avoid any unnecessary accidents. This exercise may take a few months, and at the moment there is no definitive date that has been given for the road rule changes. Non-communicable diseases are the leading cause of death in the Pacific, accounting for approximately 75% of deaths annually. Research has revealed that the key risk factors are poor diet, lack of physical activity, and tobacco and alcohol consumption. As the world marked World Diabetes Day on the 14th of November, a day that comes as a reminder for the need to educate people on prevention methods to avoid additional health issues in the future. World Diabetes Day is when millions of people are engaged in diabetes advocacy and awareness since its inception in 1991. It is also a response for the World Health Organization's growing concerns about the escalating health threat that diabetes now poses. Regional initiatives have taken on board to counter the effects of the diseases influenced by lifestyles and eating habits. What has become apparent on the island is the number of community fitness programs and nutrition projects, an indication that there is a desire for change and to combat the effects of NCDs. This year's theme for diabetes was Diabetes Education and Prevention. Niue's Health Department will be holding a special program early tomorrow morning with a brisk walk at 5 in the morning and other activities at the Health Department. After months of waiting, the first coin-operated binoculars have finally been installed at Ana Ana. This is part of the Niue Tourism's planned developments to enhance visitor experience. The land whale watching concept is a marketing point Niue Tourism hopes to capitalize on in the new year as one of the few land-based whale watching destinations in the world. This will enable visitors and locals to get right up close and personal without having to venture out into the water. The coin-operated mounted binoculars will be installed at selected sites around the island.
Well, we've got 4 sets of very, very high-powered coin-operated binoculars that are being installed across the island. We had hoped to have these installed quite a bit earlier, but due to some technical difficulties with the coin mechanisms and so on, we actually had to wait for new mechanisms to arrive in from China where they're actually made as well. So we're there now, which is great, and the first was installed just a few weeks ago. The second actually gets installed today up at Toon Point, and there'll be 2 more sets across the coastal areas of Niue, essentially meaning that you can see the entire west coast from each of those viewing areas. They're very, very high powered. I'll give you a little demonstration shortly. We're at Ana Ana, which is several k's away from Avaseli, for instance, and you can look through these and actually see people on the beach. That's how powerful they are. Ships on the horizon. When we first put them in, there happened to be a cargo ship cruising past that you could just make out there was something. We could actually read the name on the side of the ship. They're so powerful, so you can see for several kilometres with these. The thought behind it was, one, giving people something else to do, and also from a marketing perspective, during the whale season in particular, Niue is very unique in its in the fact that whales come so close to shore, and also that they're across sort of that in particular that whole west coast area. So the ability to market ourselves as land-based whale watching destination had some real appeal.
The rather expensive equipment has left quite an impression on locals and a much welcomed addition to the sites that should cover the western coastal areas. But with the looming cyclone season, measures have also been put in place to avoid damage.
Each piece of equipment has its own cover as well. They're very securely bolted down as they are now, but we can also remove them very quickly also. So the intention is we will leave them out until Christmas time, essentially, and following that we'll actually pack them up and put them into storage for the summer period, where there is a higher risk of cyclone and obviously damage associated with that, and give them a bit of maintenance and keep them clean, and they'll last that a little bit longer as well, not being exposed to Mother Nature, and then we'll put them back out in about April next year. What we have noticed, although there hasn't been a lot of whales around, that people are still very eager to come out, put their $2 in, get 3 minutes of fantastic viewing, and they can watch boats go up and down, and as I said, you can see right onto the beach of Avasali, see who's having a cup of tea on the beach, and it's just quite interesting, and I think really neat for kids as well. Quite an exciting thing for the kids to do as well. So we've just got these little platforms that they're located on, which for most heights is more than adequate to stand up for.
Niue Tourism hopes that the members of the public and visitors alike may enjoy the new equipment, but also look after them. A student from Lund University, all the way in Sweden, has made his way to Niue to conduct research as part of his bachelor thesis. The research study focuses on how access to the internet will have an impact on society. Ludwig will be on the island for more than 4 weeks and is hoping to get a cross-section of views from at least 300 people on the island about internet access and usage.
The first time I heard about Niue was actually when I was studying in the Hawaiian Islands, and I got quite an interest for the region since then. And we had presentations about other countries in the Pacific, and the person who held the presentation about Niue held a very interesting presentation, and I've since then been very interested in going here. And when this project got available, I really wanted to do it, and now I'm here, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm going to print a questionnaire, and I will distribute the survey. I will be around the island, and I would be very happy to get help from the Niuean people to answer these questions, which I will later use to see if there is some kind of correlation between how people answer question and how much they use the internet. So yeah, you will probably see me a lot around the island with a lot of different papers, and hopefully you will be interested in answering to them. It doesn't matter if you are using internet a lot, or if you never use the internet, or if you don't even have access to the internet. I would like to have everyone's view, and I'm hoping to get at least around 300 people that answer to the survey, because that would be enough to make it relevant, and also so that I might get it published later. Depending on my findings, of course, it will be published on my university webpage, but also on the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency's website. And this will be the first thesis actually written about Niue. So this is kind of a program we have in Sweden for students on bachelor level to go somewhere to do their bachelor's thesis about a project.
Ludwig says that he will be distributing questionnaire surveys that have some questions that are also based on the world values questions, but open to those that are 15 years old and above. But when we asked him what he felt about the island, this is what he had to say.
I love it actually. It's already quite an interesting place. I've been going with the Kupa to check for ungas in the forest, and everyone is very friendly. And I realized that I have only had to cook once this far of my stay. So everyone is very hospitable, they're very friendly and open. So I really like it, and I also really think that I've never seen a coconut tree before since I came here, because these trees are amazing. And yeah, it's a very nice place, and I hope I will be able to come back again sometime in the future.
This research trip was made possible with a scholarship funded by the Swedish government. The pastor's house in Liku looks dashing with a refreshing new look. The project to renovate the house began in August, and according to the village pastor, there has been a great amount of support from the community, working with contractors to get the house renewed and ready for an official opening and blessing on Saturday. The house is prominently located on a mound overlooking the village field and church, and Reverend Arthur Pingia and his family have been living in the house for 10 years and is delighted with the renovations that were done by Ciale contractors. The laborious task was also assisted by the generosity of the people within the village, who put in time to help get the building ready. The Ecclesia of Liku are also thankful to the Niue government for funds that were put into this project, which will no doubt be enjoyed by many families to come. A short devotion service will be held on Saturday at 4 in the afternoon, and it would not be a celebration without a feast that will follow. That concludes our news bulletin for tonight. We do hope that you have an enjoyable weekend, and don't forget to check out the Toy Village Show Day this coming Saturday.